Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I think today we are going to just pick a random boss, and we're going to do a little bit of Sorcerer's training. And why are we doing Sorcerer training? Well, quite frankly, because I've finally made a decision on who my favorite Nightfarer is, and yes, it is this lady right here. For some reason, well, it's not for some reason. Allow me to explain. I really like mages in games. The idea of magic in general is something something I always love exploring in any sort of like fantasy RPG or anything like that. So the idea of this character is already just right up there for me. It's just perfect. All right, actually, let me narrow that down. I want to look for Recluse. Yes, collecting affinity. Oh, that's actually just straight up better than the Vestige of Night. Well then. Alright, so starting with a small pouch is also good. Well, that's starting with a small pouch and a faith bonus, so that would make incantations really good. That's not great. That's not great. That's Starlight Shards. We all like Starlight Shards. That's actually kind of terrible. Alright, well. Let's actually sell off those two that I'm probably not going to use. Alright, so now I guess the question is, do we want the small pouch, or do we want the magic power and a little bit of arcane? I think the small pouch is the right idea. Small pouch and a faith bonus. And even though I'm not big on the... Pardon me. I'm not big on the Everjail thing. It's not horrible. I can still do it. It's not a big deal. I mean, it is kind of, because I don't really like doing it, but... I don't know where that sentence is going, but yeah, we're going to do this one. So, I'll show you guys the relics again once we're in-game. There's... The only creature I'm not going to go after is Everdark Equilibrious Beast, and I will explain that... I'll explain that later, but everything else for me is fair game. Do I want to do Rotted Woods? I actually kind of don't. Now, hear me out. I actually like the Rotted Woods as a Shifting Earth event, but it also limits the number of Sorcerer's Rises I can access, and for me, Sorcerer's Rises are very important for what I'm doing. So, let's see what boss we get. That'll determine what we go after. Alright, everybody, are you ready? I guess we're doing Gaping Jaw. Alright, so... Then actually, just going straight up magic damage is probably just fine. Alright, so why am I not doing Everdark Libra, even though so many people were looking forward to that, myself included? That is because Everdark Libra is... I mean, if you watch other channels to try to understand what this fight is all about, it is a chaotic mess, which is fine. I don't have a huge issue with chaotic mess. But the problem is, it's also kind of a BS fight. and not like, to me anyway, not in like a super fun way that's just like, oh, that could I'm gonna take this just because I like these spells, but not in a super fun way where it's like, I appreciate the challenge and I will get better at this to make a stronger Nightfarer out of myself. It's more like in that way of, if things don't come together correctly, I am just going to get destroyed and there's nothing I can do about it. So I've just kind of decided I'm gonna, at least until I learn some better strategies, swear off that fight. And it's to the point where I'm actually a little bit more okay with Everdark Maris at this point. Especially since in their most recent update, they actually made Storm Ruler better. Now, why would they do that if they're not going to bring Everdark Maris back? Well, I mean, short answer, they are going to bring Everdark Maris back. You know they're going to. But also, and I think this would be neat if it happens, but no guarantee it's going to. Hey, get back here, you. Where are you going? Bye-bye. You suck. This one's got crystal. Hold on. That is actually a really decent sidearm. We're gonna find more staves, so let's take the sidearm. There we go. All right, hit that. Hit that. What do we got here? Rancor Call. Nice. Okay, well, that's pretty much just going to be our main staff at this point because Rancor Call is sick. I would also not be against finding Ancient Death Rancor. Just saying. Also, I don't really need a Smithing Stone one. I don't even know why I picked that up. Alright. Oh, we're done here. Let's... Alright, let us check for nearby Sorcerer's Rises. And I don't really have a nearby Sorcerer's Rise, but I do have a nearby church. Now, I know the Gaping Jaw fight well enough that I don't need a bunch of flask charges, but it's here, I might as well take it, and then I can swing over to the Cathedral, and then over to that, if I have time, Everjail, and then Sorcerer's Rise. And this game is just the perfect combination of things for me. And I've probably already explained this to you guys, but there's two types of game I really like. It's Souls-like and roguelike. So putting the two things together is just beautiful for me. Like, even if it isn't like a 100% perfect roguelike experience, because things aren't quite as random as I would like, we're going to take this for the improved magic attack power. Or we're not, because you're a dick. Excuse me, sir, could you please fuck off? Alright. Wow, okay, I guess I'm not taking that. Fine, fuck you. Like, yeah, things could stand to be a little bit more randomized. Like, there could stand to be much more variance in the map, but the way I look at it, the land of Limveld is supposed to be more or less a static location, with the points of interest constantly getting shifted around because of the force of the night. So, Could the map stand to be more random? Sure, but I get what they're going for. But yes, I am looking forward to things like, you know, more Nightfarers, more end-of-night bosses. Like, I'm not even, like, 100%, like... I'm not going to be mauling about more Night Lords, but more Nightfarers, certainly. None of this is great. Alright. Well, that's a shame, but at least we got more FP. And in the long run, I do think that's one of the most important resources playing Recluse, is essentially having a gigantic FP tank. Just fuel for the fire. I think that's one of the most important things to have with this character. Like, even more so than like a purple weapon or even a bunch of Everjails and Stone Sword keys. I really think FP is just the way to go. Because yes, she can restore her own FP, but only little bits at a time. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Okay. Hold on, do I have a blunt weapon on me? I do not. So yeah, we're gonna have to go staff bonks. Okay, I thought I could strafe that, but it's got more tracking than I thought. Alright, let's see if this works out any better. Ow. I actually kind of think staff bonk might be the way to go here. Maybe not. Maybe this works out just fine. This is taking way too much time. Oh, let's get out of the way of crystal release. There we go. Alright, that's one Everjail down, and that took way too long. And no, I'm not going to bring up the graphical glitches. I don't even know what graphical glitches you're talking about. There is no war in bossing, say. Alright. So, your next question might be, you know, Dark Sage, if you don't really care about doing the Everjails, why did you run the Relic? Mostly because I didn't want to keep you guys waiting forever for me to pick a Relic, I just wanted to go, but yes, I might actually pick a different Relic in that spot. Alright, so... Well, Hold on, where is this treasure chest? Are we serious with this? Am I just that dumb? Okay, I'm wasting too much time. Let me just go hit this next Sorcerer's Rise. Ooh, I'll have to come back for you later. Assuming I remember, and because of the relics I'm running, yes, Everjails are more important, but I mean, I like fighting ulcerated tree spirits, and yes, I know I'm like the only Souls player that actually says, you know what, I'm okay with ulcerated tree spirits, because just about everyone else is just like, ew. I look at an ulcerated tree spirit, I'm like, yes, we must do this to prove our strength. As well as how well we've memorized their attack patterns. Why am I saying it in that accent? Who knows? You figure it out. Ugh. I don't like you! This is easily the worst Sorcerer's Rise mechanic. Like, can we just not have that anymore? Like, I don't like the idea of chasing down the lock. It's not fun. And that lock can get stuck in level geometry and just not be capable of being hit at all, which effectively removes a point of interest from the map. Like, can we just get rid of that, please? I actually like that Rotten Crystal Staff, but of course I didn't have the time. This is turning into kind of a scuffed run. Like, everything is just going so wrong. Hello, game. Hello. Okay, well, this is... everything has gone wrong at this point. Alright. Gaping Dragon it is. Excuse me. Okay, should have only swung twice. Alright, Mr. Dragon, I would like to sever your tail, so please sit still and facilitate my desire to sever your limbs from your body. Excuse me, what? Game, there was a dodge present there. Why do you mock me like this? There we go. Oh, of course. as I see the epic weapon, but there's also a big fuck-off dragon with a gigantic split-open ribcage that wants to devour my face. And probably the rest of me too, but I didn't really stop to figure that part out. There we go. Alright, let's see if the things over here are worth it. Alabaster Lord's Sword, improved incantations. Fun. Actually, that is kind of worth it. Like, I would probably run that over... honestly, over this. Alright, so... there we go. Alright, let's go get my runes back, hit the last Sorcerer's Rise, then we just go from there. I would also not be against the idea of getting a purple stone. Yeah, unendurable frenzy. Oh, you're such a badass. Look at you. There we go. Anything good here? Improved sorceries? Yes. I guess we'll take that over item discovery, because that's one of the things that you kind of want to discover. Okay. Pardon me, fellas. Excuse me. Got a train to catch. Alright, let's quick look at how many Starlight Shards I have. Anywhere between 2 to 4 is normally pretty good. And skill attack power, nothing. Ooh, this also improves spellcasting speed. Nice. Alright, so the Rotten Crystal Staff is definitely my staff now. Let us go to the third Sorcerer's Rise. As you can see, we've got a nice big old tank full of FP goodness. Also, yes, I very much hear the idea of if I'm not going to be doing a lot of Everjails, I probably shouldn't put the Relic on. I've already addressed that earlier. So, you know, if you, in case you're planning on putting that in the comments section, I get it. Cool. That'll be a good way to lead off the fight. Alright, let's now go... Actually, let's quick hit this treasure chest and then go over there. Maybe we'll get another stone sword key out of this. Assuming I can find it. The whole point is to try to get another stone sword key, but the game sometimes makes these chests a little harder to find than they should be. Either that or I just haven't memorized all their locations yet. Probably that one. Well, there you go. Lightning damage negation. Cool, but not great. Alright, good. Whoops. Yeah, I was trying to just get rid of this cocktail so I could set up a Terra Magica, but I mean, the game has just decided that, yeah. The problem with some of the cocktail mixtures is that they can be finicky. So, Darksage, would you call this one of your average runs? No. Like, let's be fair, this is... You know, I've definitely had way better runs than this. All resistances, sure. Alright. Now... Alright, so here's what we do now. I think we see what boss is over here. It's only a day 1 boss, but, you know, dormant power. Then, actually, let's hit this castle real fast. I don't even care about the boss. I just want to see if I can get another stone sword key. Piss off. God, I hate that attack. Alright. Real quick, see if there's anything baller over here. Not really. Alright, cool. Out of the way. I don't have time for you. I know I don't need to, but again, dormant power. Oh, piss off. I would like it if you were to stop blocking. Okay, so now the goal is... I can only reach 1 average jail. That's a shame. Alright, let's quick turn around. We're gonna grab a purple stone and upgrade this staff. Right in the dick. Alright. Now that we've got that, let's go upgrade our staff. So now both our staff and our sidearm are going to be of epic rarity. Excuse me, sir. Is that a Royal Revenant? So it is. Let's ignore that forever. Perfect. Alright, upgrade this. Grab one of these and one of these, as having a greater margin for error is always better than less. And yes, even if you know what you're doing, even if you're really, really good at the game, even if you say you never make any mistakes, first of all, I think you're lying. And second of all, it's still better to have a greater margin for error. Oh, hello. Ah, bad dodge timing. Hey, get back here. Oh, that was way overkill. Nope, just give me the runes. And speaking of margin for error, let's go quick grab this flask charge. You can also tell that Royal Revenant to pound sand. Raven School Talisman? Damn. Well, charge attacks, though, so maybe. Well, no, because that would be specifically referring to physical charge attacks. It would need to be the Godfrey icon to work on spells and Ashes of War. Suppose this would, while we have time to just let our brains meander, this would be a good time to ask, who is your favorite Nightfarer? Like, who do you resonate the most with? Assuming you play this game, of course. Okay, yeah, you guys need to get taken out, like, right now. Oh, of course, my friggin' alarm. So turning that off, of course, causes me to get killed. I should honestly just call that alarm, call it good on that alarm, like, for good. Like, the only thing it ever does is, I mean, yes, the whole point of it is that it's supposed to remind me to take a medication. But in the grand scheme of things, all it really does is create a point during my videos in which I have to stop and turn it off, and then be really embarrassed that I left it on in the first place. By the way, the reason why I'm not using my seal to create different magic cocktails is because, one, the gravity well spell that I could put together is just not very good, and two, the other mixtures aren't really that special for what I'm doing, so I as well just keep up with what I'm doing. If I had the ability to do, like, the ice storm, that would be one thing. But I don't. I need holy for that. And there we go. Gonna drop me anything good? Maybe improve sorceries and incantations? No. You're just a jerk. Take that. So, yes, this run was pretty scuffed. It's also been a few days since I've played Nightreign. I've honestly just been tired, so, you know, getting back into the groove thing. Also realizing that because I'm not worried about Everjails, I should probably switch that relic out for something else. And I know a number of you are looking at that like, level 11, God, you suck, Darksage. To which I once again remind you, been a few days, chill. But also, yes, I admit this was not one of my better runs. But that doesn't mean that you get to make fun of me for it. Because we still gonna clap this dragon. Oh, I got greedy. Oh, lame. Also, in case you're wondering why Like, if for some reason you missed the opening of the video and are wondering why I'm fighting this version of Adele instead of the Everdark version, remember, we did pick randomly, and I was not against fighting Everdark Adele. The game just gave me this. And that's a wrap for that. Woman of class right here. So, that about does it for that. A little bit of sorcerer training against a big scary dragon. Obviously not scary enough. And yeah, definitely could have been a better run, but I am going to work to change up that relic, because surely I can find a better yellow relic than the Everjail relic for my purposes. Like, I'm fully aware that people are going to look at that and go, but it's the best effect in the game! Yes, that doesn't mean I necessarily want it. I actually prefer playing without worrying about Everjails, but for purposes of playing multiplayer, and sometimes it is fun to change it up, it's worth holding on to. Plus, it's just a collector signboard item, so why not? But that's going to do it for now, so thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate you coming and spending some of your free time with me today. As an addendum to what I was talking about yesterday, pardon me, some of the games I want you to look out for or to share your opinion on. Some of them are in early access, but I've been looking into, I believe it's called the Ovis unit, I think is what it's called. Abyssus, Garden of Witches, not Guardian, Garden of Witches. I've also been looking into Dead Zone Rogue. There's another one called Endless Alice that looks really interesting, but that one I'm not 100% sure on. But let me know what you guys think about any of those games in the comments below. I, of course, wish you all a beautiful rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and you take care, everybody.